Hey y'all, it's your girl Symone and welcome back to my channel. If y'all can see by the title, today is another story time. So before we get into this video, y'all already know what to do. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, give it a thumbs up, and comment down below. Don't forget to follow me on all my social medias, Instagram at Vivalayoshii, TikTok and Twitter at LifeWithSymone, and that will be in the description box as well. So y'all, I'm sorry that I have not been consistent like that this month, but life been life in the month of April, so yeah. Anyway, let me get into this story. So y'all, this story I wanted to tell this story because with my sister, if you don't know who my sister is, her YouTube channel is yours truly. I mean, oops, that's her Instagram. Her YouTube channel is JJTV, y'all. So she had told this story and I'm like, oh, I want to tell my version because yeah. So if you haven't heard her story, make sure you listen to her story too, because it's not about to be listening to the same story, because there's some parts where she left out a little bit and then there's some parts where it's like so anyway, let me get into it. So yeah, if y'all seen from her story, her and her homegirl, I'm gonna keep the name, she gave her homegirl, she gave her the name Dominique. So yeah, her and her homegirl Dominique had came out here so that they could go dance or whatever, so they could audition to be dancers or whatever. So yeah, so the first day I ended up going to pick them up, right? I'm super excited because y'all, before, like as an adult, I was 18 at the time, and me and my sister, we just starting to kind of get close. This trip actually what made us really close, and after her coming out here this time, me and her was close as hell. But I was excited. I'm like, oh my god, like my sisters is finally not looking at me as like the little sister anymore. Like they finally, you know, looking at me as a adult as I am. So I really was excited to hang out with them or whatever. So when I go to pick them up, I'm excited. She come with her homegirl, whatever. My sister Tatiana's with me too. She rode with me to go get them. So I picked them up or whatever, right? So they was like they hungry. So we got something to eat, boom, whatever. We go back to the house, we eating. So I told them, I'm like, y'all want to go out tonight? Because y'all, it was a Thursday. And y'all already know what y'all already don't know, because I probably haven't mentioned this a lot. But it was this place on the east side called Thirsty Thursdays that I was thirsty to go to. So I'm like, do y'all want to go out tonight to this little after hours type Thursday thing or whatever? So my sister like, okay, cool. Like my other sister, me and her lived in the same house. Me and Tatiana lived in the same house, but we never really hung out like that. I don't know, it's so weird. Like we'll do certain things or like probably go to the mall together or whatever, but like we only really kind of like hung out like going out and stuff like that when Jay came. It's so weird calling her Jay, y'all, because I call her Ebony. But when she came, that's the only time. But other than that, we didn't really hang out. But she was like, she was down to go too. So I'm like, okay, cool. So her friend Dominique, she like, I don't really got clothes like that. Like I only brought clothes to dance in. So she kind of was irritated because she kind of didn't want to go. I guess she wants to go get straight to the money, which is nothing wrong with that. But it's like, y'all gotta realize, like, you can't just go audition at a strip club at any night. Like, you have to wait till it's amateur night or they doing auditions and stuff. Like, you can't just walk in and be like, hey, I'm ready to dance, because they're gonna tell you, oh, come back on this day. So I'm like, do y'all know any auditions for tonight or whatever? So they like, nah, they don't know. And I'm like, okay, the clubs that I was recommending, like, they didn't have no auditions this night anyway. So I'm like, yeah. So she's like, well, I'm gonna have to go buy something or whatever, which she was kind of like, okay, she seemed excited, but like she seemed like she was irritated, like she really didn't want to go out, like, or whatever. And I'm just thinking like, how don't you have extra clothes? But I'm like, I don't know, it was just whatever. So I ended up taking her to this clothing store. They got them some clothes or whatever, right? I'm not gonna get real into details because that's not important. But anyway, she got her some clothes or whatever. She got her something to wear. So at this point, we go back to the house, and I forgot, was we about to go get some food again? Or I forgot why we was leaving the house, but we was going somewhere, y'all. And when we was finna leave, her homegirl was like, she had to wait a little bit or whatever, because she was like, she gonna come out to the car in a minute. So I'm like, all right, whatever. She was like, she gonna leave through the back door. So we telling her, like, make sure you lock the back door, y'all. Even though my sister explained this part in the story, I don't think she understood. She didn't explain it how mad I was, because I was so hot. We like, make sure you lock the back door or whatever. At this time, we living with our grandparents, me and my sister Tatiana or whatever. So we in the car, we waiting for her to come out or whatever. She finally come out. We asked her, like, did you lock the door? She like, yeah, she did, right? Why, when we came back, that motherfucking back door was not only not unlocked, but left wide open. Like, she left it wide open. Like, y'all, this is the door supposed to be closed. It was like this. Like, she left it not cracked, not nothing like that. And she didn't even lock the lock. Like, it wasn't locked. She left it wide open. Like, how you walk out of somebody's house and leave the door just wide open? Like, I don't understand. Like, that's so just weird. Like, I was just so irritated because, y'all, like, anything, you know, when you have company over, anything they do, it reflects back on you. So we living with our grandparents, so anything you do, it's like, my grandma's gonna be mad at me about it. Like, she's gonna be talking shit to me about, like, you know, stuff like that. And it's like, not saying like nobody was just gonna walk in, but you just never know what to expect. Like, you just never know. Anyway, it's like, why are you just leaving the door open? Like, I don't know, it just really bothered me, you know, because it's like we asked her and she said yeah, she closed it and all that. But anyway, so whatever. So we get dressed, we got ready, and we was going to Thursday's place, right, y'all? I ain't even gonna lie, I was thirsty on this Thursday. The only reason why I wanted to go to this Thirsty Thursday is because, first of all, the person who put me onto this club was Joe. And at this time, me and Joe, we wasn't together or whatever. But it was just so weird. Like, okay, he would pop up from time to time. And it's kind of like floss. He would kind of like pop up to like floss on me or type shit. Like, he'd randomly pop up and my grandma would let him in the house, so I'll just be chilling. He'd just pop up, wouldn't even tell me or whatever. But it's not like I was having different dudes over there anyway, because it's like I was talking to people, I wasn't inviting them to my house. But like, he'd pop up or whatever. And that's another reason kind of why. And then too, because I wasn't serious, and if I'm not serious with somebody, they're not meeting my family. So he would pop up, and he would like pop up when he got like new jewelry and stuff like that. But only thing about it is like a lot of times when he would pop up and like kind of flex on me, he'd be like, here, you good, and like give me some money or whatever. So it used to be cool or whatever, because it'd be like, okay, cool, you remember who was there for you when you didn't have it, now you up, like, okay, kind of. But yeah, but it just would kind of play on my emotions. Like, I know some people would probably be okay with that, because they're probably like, shit, he was cashing out and leaving out. But it's like, I love this person. Like, I was with this person for so many years. Like, it played on my emotions, because he would come over there and he would like tell me about certain restaurants. Like, oh, I was at this restaurant, guess who I seen, like, guess who table we was sitting next to, like, man, like, just talking about nice stuff. Like, I remember one time I even going, I was hurt. He was like, guess who we sitting at the restaurant, who we was sitting next to? And I'm like, who? He was like, Lala and Carmelo. We was sitting right there. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. He's like, you ain't even gonna ask who I was with? And I'm like, who he was with? And he gonna tell me, oh, I was with such and such. Y'all, he had left me for this girl. Y'all, he had these never mind. He left me for this girl, y'all. And I was so hurt, because y'all, when I get it, it's this other story I'm gonna tell y'all. And it was like, everything happened for a reason. But anyway, yeah, but anyway, so he had like left and he was just having fun. You know, when people get up, it's like when you was low and down, she was not looking your way. Now you got money and stuff, all of a sudden she looking your way, and you know, it's something new, it's fun, I guess, whatever. So I was just like, whatever. But he used to come here and like run that shit in my face, and it used to be irritating, because that shit would like really hurt my feelings. So I'm like, okay, tonight I'm with people like, he met my friends before, whatever, my friends I always be with. But I'm like, okay. And he knew my sister. Like, he had met Jay when she came out here to do my makeup and my hair and stuff at prom, which y'all would not see those pictures, because no. And yeah, so he met her then. That was the only time he ever met her. And then he had, of course, knew Tatiana, because yeah. So, but I'm like, he knew me and Tatiana never used to go out together. And then he met my sister once, so I wanted him to just see me. You know, when you just with different people and you want somebody to see you, so they could be like, oh, what y'all on? Like, oh, you won't never be with them, like, what you doing? Like, I just really wanted it to be like that. And I was looking cute that day. And y'all, well, I was looking cute for the times, because my sister Jay just sent me some pictures from that night. Yeah, I may or may not insert the picture, but anyway, yeah. So I was looking cute for the times, and I was just like, you know what, I want to go, I want to look cute, I want him to see and be wondering like, oh, what's going on, you know. I just wanted his head to hurt, because yeah, he used to hate it when I used to come out and be like looking cute. He hated it. So I don't know why, I feel like I look so weird. But anyway, so yeah, he used to hate it. Like, if I come out and look cute, it really used to bother him. Anyway, so we go there, and we got there kind of early, because I knew like the parking lot get packed, and I just like to, I don't know. Now I'm not the person. Don't think I'll be at the club at 9 o'clock, because I don't. But yeah, we got there early or whatever. So we there, we like watching it fill up, but we up in there, we turned up, we dancing, we just having a good time or whatever, right? So y'all, Dominique, when I say was irritating me, because y'all, for one, I was already kind of annoyed just for like other shit that was going on in my life. But like, we dancing, mind y'all, it's not that packed in there right now. She's standing so close to us, like, not us, but like, not even to my sister, but like, not to Jay, but like to me and Tatiana. She's standing so close to us to where she dancing, but it's like she was purposely doing this shit. Like, you know, you ever been in line behind somebody and they'll purposely be like, they'll do like that, and you be thinking like, damn, bitch, I'm right here. Like, or you ever been like, somebody would turn and just, I feel like she was purposely doing it, like, because she would do it and like whip her hair and like look at me, like look at us, and I felt like it was just very intentional. And I'm just like, what's up with her? Like, she would do it where it was like, it was just so weird. So I was kind of irritated. I was just like, dang, girl, like, you just slapping me with your hair. And she'll just laugh like, like, you know, whatever. So I'm like, whatever. So anyway, it started to get filled up in there. So at this time, when it got filled up in there, we was talking and dancing and stuff. I wasn't even paying attention like that. I end up looking over, and guess who I see over there? I see Joe, and he's talking to this girl. Mind you, the girl that he had left me for, to this day, I don't know what this girl looked like. I could not tell you what this girl looked like. I'd never seen her before. Like, I've never seen her. But never mind. But I never seen this girl ever, right? I just knew her name because of some other stuff, which I'll get into those stories too, because the shit just was so weird. But anyway, I never knew what this girl looked like. So I see him talking to some girl. I don't know who this girl is, and I'm thinking like, damn, he brought his new bitch into the place where he introduced me to, which is like, y'all. But anyway, so he talking to some girl. I don't know who this is. I'm just assuming it's her. I'm so annoyed. So this boy ended up walking up to me, and he just walked up to me and stood there, y'all. So I met this boy last time when I had came to, when he first brought me to Thursdays, he brought me there with Stank. And I had met this boy, and I'm gonna give him a name. My sister had mentioned him. He had tattoos everywhere. She was saying like all over his face. So what's the name I'm gonna give him? I'm gonna just call him Dub. Let's just call him Dub. And so Dub walked up to me, and he didn't say nothing. And mind y'all, when we first met him that first time we was there with Stank, he didn't say nothing either. Like, when we came over there, he was like dancing with us or whatever, and that was the first time we had one with Joe. And like anytime, like I said, whenever I go to clubs with Joe, he'll do his thing with his friends, I do my thing. But when I was there that night, he was not letting me do my thing. It was not like that. Like, he was coming up to me, he was tell people like, and he actually had came up to Dub and was like, nah, she with me, but you could talk to her homegirl. Mind you, I guess Dub like said something, but I never heard this man talk. Like, he did not speak to us ever. So he walked up to me, and I'm just like, mind you, because I seen Joe over there, so I'm extra. I'm like, what's up, Dub? Like, I know his name. I'm like, what's up, Dub? Oh my god, what are you doing? What's up? And I give him a hug. Like, why am I asking what he doing here? His whole hood is up in here. So I hug him like, oh, what's up? So he hugged me back, and then I'm just like, dang, like, yeah, it's good seeing you or whatever. I'm like, oh, these my sisters or whatever, like pointed to them, and like my sisters, and pointing to Dominique, I'm saying like they all my sisters or whatever. So he's still not even saying nothing. So he like grabbed my arm and like turned me around and danced, like, y'all. And I'm just like, okay. Mind you, I just always thought he was just some weird tatted mute guy, because he was not talking. Like, from the last time he didn't talk, he basically did the same thing last time. But like, I kind of danced with him, and like I said, Joe interrupted, and then Stank was dancing with him or whatever, right? So I turn around, I'm just dancing on him. I'm thinking I'm fucking it up, but I most likely probably wasn't, because I don't really know how to dance like that. But I'm dancing on him like, hey, just dancing, getting it or whatever, right? Just dancing, having the time of my life. Y'all, I look up, and I'm like, oh, yes, it's working. I look up, guess who I see staring at me? Joe. He's staring at me. Like, I'm right here, I'm directly across from him, but I'm on one wall, he on the opposite wall, directly across from me, staring at me. If looks could kill, y'all know how Michael Myers be popping up just staring at motherfuckers in the bushes. Y'all just look over and it be that nigga just standing there, you be like, oh hell no. That's how Joe was staring at me, and I was loving it. And I know it's sad, but like, it's not okay, you know. Like, sometimes we fall into thinking that toxic stuff is cute or it makes somebody love you, when it's like, no, run, because that person can really take your life. But anyway, at that moment, at that night, I was really loving it, because I'm like, yeah, because you don't know how my stomach just felt when I seen you talking to that girl. But mind y'all, after he was talking to that girl that one time, he was never talking to her again. I realized like, oh, he's not here with her. But anyway, so he stared at me. He just staring. I don't know how long he had noticed I was there or whatever, but I noticed he was there before he noticed me. Just staring. I'm still just trying to fuck it up even harder. I'm popping my back. My back is popping with this ass. I'm just boom, boom, just trying to really fuck it up. They playing all the Boosie songs, because for some reason they love Boosie on the east side real tough. Not like that. I like Boosie too, but like the way they love Boosie on the east side, like y'all don't love Boosie like the people on the east side love Boosie. But anyway, they going up, we turning up, we dancing or whatever. My sister, I'm like holding her arm, holding Jay's arm or whatever. And at this point, my other sister Tatiana, she ain't even dancing no more. I don't know what's up with her. But like, I'm holding Jay's arm dancing, and she just like, stop, girl, stop. She was like, stop. Like, why is he looking at you like that? I guess she had peeped him, and Tatiana told her like, oh, that's her boyfriend. Remember the one she went to prom with? Like, remember the boy? And she was like, oh, that's him. So she was like, girl, look how he looking at look. I'm like, girl, I don't care. And she was just like, bitch, if looks could kill. And I'm like, I don't care. So she dancing. We both dancing. She dancing on somebody, I'm dancing. But she was really kind of uncomfortable, like, girl, the way he's looking at you is really bothering me. So I danced with like 2 songs with Dub or whatever. So finally, we like, let's go outside because it's kind of hot. And I'm like, all right, cool. Mind y'all, how we went out, he's still just staring. Like, he's still just staring at me. And I'm just like, yes. But anyway, so we start to walk outside or whatever. And remember when my story time, when I mentioned how I forgot what the hell I named this boy when the story time when me and Enemy got chased out the hood, and I was like his homeboy, the creepy guy, and how I had knew him before he used to pull my sister hair in the club. Yeah, and she mentioned it too in her story. So yeah, that's when old boy had ended up pulling her hair in the club or whatever. Creepy ass man, right? I'm just like, whew, I don't play with these people. But I was happy she didn't turn up on him, because y'all, when I tell y'all, I used to think my sister, I don't know, I just knew it, and I'm just like, oh my God, please, not tonight, y'all, because I don't think Joe gonna help us out, because yeah. But anyway, it was resolved or whatever. So we go outside or whatever. We outside for a cool minute, and I'm telling her like, yeah, that was Joe, and she was like, girl, he looked like he wants to hurt you. And I was just telling her like, yeah, like kind of like a little bit, but I wasn't telling him too much, because I ain't like putting people in my business like that. So we just talking and chilling or whatever. So we had a table, we had our own little table just talking, and this guy called the girl Dominique over or whatever. So she go over there, y'all, when I tell y'all, she over there, like, it's not wrong with like being loud and stuff, but it's just what they was talking about was just very fucking weird. Like, why are you telling these niggas about what your baby daddy doing and how he making money? Like, why are you having weird conversations like this? Like, the conversations was just so left. It was just so left to her. I'm like, why is she talking like that? Mind y'all, I don't like people that try to put too much on their head. Like, if you one of them people who want everybody to know what you got going on, I do not want you around me, because you never know who's plotting and scheming. Like, these niggas don't know us. We didn't come in here with nobody. Like, they don't give a fuck about us. Like, so you making it seem like you just got all this going on for yourself, and then they go rob us and we ain't got shit. And then yeah, like, yeah, it just was, I just don't like people like that. Like, I don't know, like, if you that person, that's on you, but I could care less. Like, me, I'm the type of person, I could care less what anybody think. Like, if you think I'm a broke bitch, then I'm a broke bitch. Like, if that's what you think, I really do not care. Like, you know, but I hate people who want to just brag about shit for no reason. Like, just because you don't see it, but I want y'all to know I got it. And it's like, girl, who gives a fuck? Like, who really cares? But anyway, so we ended up going back inside, and when we went back inside, Dub is standing right there, just standing there, like, his homeboys is standing around him. So his homeboy comes to me and was like, Dub trying to take, like, y'all trying to go out to eat with us later? Dub said if y'all trying to go after this, y'all want to go get some food, like, we could all go get some food or whatever, we'll pay for it. So I was like, okay, like, yeah. So mind y'all, when I'm talking to them, when we walked back in and they stopped us, Joe had like kind of squeezed past me and walked in too. So I'm like, oh, he's following me. Mind y'all, when we was outside, I didn't even notice he was outside, but I only noticed when we had walked in. So they talking to us, so I'm over here smiling so hard. Like, they only asked if we want to get something to eat, and they probably thought like, this girl must love food, but it wasn't even that. It was just I knew Joe didn't hear what they said, and I just really was trying to put it on thick, because I don't know, maybe I was the problem. Anyway, so they asking us, and I'm like, let me ask them. So I asked them, I was like, y'all want to go eat with them later? And I'm like really talking to Jay or whatever. So she like, you know, she giving me this look like, bitch, is you dumb? Like, what you want to go eat with? For one, this man ain't never said not one word to us. He got everybody else talking for him, and you talking about, do we want to go eat with him? So I'm like, yeah, do y'all want to go eat with them? So she's like, the way she looking at me, but I could tell that she didn't really want to go. But it's like, you should have said that, because I want to go. So I'm like, okay, yeah, we gonna go with y'all. So they like, all right, cool, like, we gonna go eat or whatever. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm telling Deb, I'm like, yeah, we gonna go where y'all trying to go eat at. So then he look at his homeboy, and his homeboy look at me. He was like, we'll let y'all know, like, what time y'all finna get up out of here. So I'm like, oh, we probably finna leave in a little bit. He was like, all right, wait a little bit, we gonna leave early too or whatever. He was like, we gonna leave early too or whatever. So I'm like, all right. So it was a little bit of time, and we just up in there, and we just talking, like, we dancing and stuff. And Joe walked up to me. So he was like, what's up with you? And I'm like, what's up? What's up? What's up? I'm like, you remember my sister? You know, I'm just, I knew what he was mad about. So he like, oh, what's up? What's up, y'all? Like, you know, whatever, like a plain what's up. Like, I don't give a fuck about them. What's up with you? So he like, what's up with you? Like, what are you doing here? So I'm like, oh, like, you know, my sister out here, she in town. I, you know, this what's popping tonight. So he like, oh, okay, like, I'm gonna leave, so you gonna need to get up out of here. Like, you need to get, I'm like, I was already about to get up out of here. He's like, yeah, because you already know niggas be shooting and stuff like that, so you gotta go. So I'm like, yeah, I was about to go anyway. Like, you know, I'm just like, yeah. So he like, you been drinking? And I was just like, yeah. He was like, he was so mad. He hated when I got drunk, and I could tell y'all why, because it was a situation where I got drunk and I was so fucked up, and me and him wasn't even together like that. We probably broke up for like 2 days, and he was already in a new relationship. But when he came to my rescue, it was some weird shit that had happened with me getting drunk. So I really understand why he didn't like me to drink, because it was like, a lot, and I'll tell that story too. Like, I'll tell that story, but yeah, it was like some weird shit that he had came, and I was at a party. Like, anyway, so I completely understood why he didn't like me to get drunk, but the way life was lifing, I was drinking. Like, I was turning up a bottle, which is actually, I should have faced my problems head on, but I didn't. But anyway, so we leaving out or whatever, and he like walking with us. So he like, where you park at? So I'm like, I parked right here. So it's a few people that's leaving out too, like not the whole club, but like a few people that's leaving out or whatever. So he like, okay, somebody blocking you in, I'm about to go see who car this is so they could let you out. So I'm like, all right, cool or whatever. So then when he left, I'm telling him like, y'all, he really is jealous. Like, he's jealous or whatever. He just mad. So then next thing you know, what's his name, Dub and his homeboy walk up. Like, his homeboys, Dub and his homeboys had walked up, and Dub standing there or whatever, and he didn't say shit. And then his homeboys walk up to me, and he was like, oh yeah, so we ain't gonna be able to go out to eat with y'all no more because Dub gotta go to work. So I'm like, he gotta go to work. Y'all, at this point, I was kind of clueless as fuck. So I'm like, he gotta go to work. They like, yeah, he gotta go to work right now. Like, we about to go to work. So, yeah, we ain't gonna be able to take y'all. So I'm thinking like, these niggas is some liars. So he was like, Dub said, what's your Instagram? And he passed me the phone. So I'm just like, whatever. And I put in my Instagram in or whatever. And I was just telling him like, yeah, like, we not finna go with them no more because he gotta go to work, I guess, or whatever. It's like, he gotta go be to work at, I forgot what time. I'm like, he gotta be to work by sometime. They had said he had to go be to work at. So I was just thinking like, who hired this man? Like, you know, like I said, he's tatted from the tongue to his booty hole. Who hired you? Like, where did you get a job at, Dub, whoever the fuck I named him? But I'm just thinking like, whatever, they just lying. But I was just so clueless because clearly he was going to the field, you know, like not to an actual 9 to 5. He was going to a different type of work, obviously. But I'm like, all right, whatever. So we get up in the car. I don't know why we were still standing outside, like parking lot pimping type thing. We get up to the car. Y'all, when we get up to the car, this boy come up to the car, and Jay's in the front seat. He like, what's your number? Like, I want to talk to you. What's your number? Y'all, she used to piss me off bad. I ain't even gonna lie. And there's more stories. She used to piss me off because it's like, bitch, just give somebody a fake number and go on about your day. Like, she would really be explaining how she likes somebody already, or it would just be like, this bitch, y'all. So the boy like, what's your number or whatever. So she like, mind you, he leaned in the window like this. He like, what's your number? So she like, oh, I got a man, I got a boyfriend or whatever. So no, first I think she said she wasn't interested or something. It was something she had said to him. So he like, oh, okay, well, I'm just trying to be your friend. Like, you know, so she was like, she got a boyfriend. No, I'm just trying to be your friend. I'm trying to be your friend. I ain't letting y'all leave till you give me your number. So I'm sitting here like, oh my God. So then Joe ended up walking up to the car like, what's going on? Cause like, what's going on? Why you ain't move your car? I had to move their car. Why you ain't move your car? So he yelling at me, and I'm just like, well, I'm trying to wait. This boy ain't leaving. He like, tell him to get the fuck off the car. So I'm like, Jay, Ebony, I'm like, just give him your number. And she's like, no. So he like, take my number down or something. Just get your number. She is not giving this man's number. And I'm just sitting here like, man, somebody get this motherfucker a number. So why, y'all, why somebody start yelling out, I ain't gonna say who it was in the car, start yelling out their phone number. It wasn't Jada. I ain't gonna say that, but I ain't gonna say who. But start yelling out their phone number. So the boy taking it down, he like, all right, okay. He start taking it down, he like, all right, okay, all right. So then I'm like, finally, he was like, man, like, so Joe like, you too fucking friendly. I'ma hit you up though. So I'm like, all right, whatever. He like, take your ass home. Like, take your drunk ass home. So I'm like, okay, I'm going home. Take your drunk ass home. I'ma hit you up later. So I'm just like, like, I'm just happy in my head. But anyway, so yeah, somebody yelled their number out. Oh boy, ended up moving, so we ended up leaving. So the night is still young because we leaving early. So I'm like, let's go to the casino. I don't know why I wanted to go to the casino, y'all. I probably heard Joe talking about going to the casino, and I just wanted to go to, because he never took me, but he's talking about taking bitches. So I'm like, oh, I want to see what this casino is about. So we ended up going to the casino. Which one is that? Hustlers right there? Maybe. I think it was Hustlers we went to. But anyway, we ended up going to the casino or whatever. Y'all, we ended up getting kicked out the casino. But the whole time we up in the casino, y'all, we taking pictures and stuff. That's why we got kicked out. But y'all, the whole time we up in there, Joe is hitting me up like, where you at? We need to talk. Come meet me. Y'all remember when I spoke on the situation? That's when I mentioned that in the story time a little bit, when I found out Joe and Toxic was, you know, but that when I spoke on it a little bit, I was like, he wanted me to come meet up with him in the alley at night, and I didn't go. And then I ended up meeting up with him, and that's when he was telling me shit. Yeah. So anyway, he was telling me like, come meet me right here in this alley. Y'all, it was late night. He wanted me to come meet him in the alley, and I was really thinking about it. So I'm telling them like, yeah, like when we was getting kicked out, I'm like, is anything else y'all want to do? Like, Joe really wants to talk. And Tatiana's like, talk about what? I'm like, he want to talk. Like, he just want to talk to me. So she didn't like him. Like, she did not like him after a while. So she like, no. And she was like, well, like, we'll call him then. And I'm like, no, he wants me to meet up with him, like, at this alley, you know, just so we could talk face to face. Y'all, I'm drunk, so the way I'm saying it, like, it was making sense to me, kind of. And Jay, she like, girl, no, you're not going. No, the way he was looking at you tonight, hell no, fuck that, because I be watching Forensic, no, what's that, Fatal Attraction, yeah, she be like, I be watching, she is still to this day, oh my god, everything, I swear, any situation I'm in, that be kind of like a situation, she be like, no, you need to handle it like this one, because I swear, this reminds me of, and I be like, oh my god, but you know, I'm still a little sister at the end of the day, so she be, you know, protecting me. Love you, girl. But anyway, so she like, yeah, no, the way he was looking at you, and I'm just like, no, but like, I know him, it's cool, like, he just want to talk, so she like, no, da-da-da-da-da, like, she's going in on me, like, no, y'all not about to talk in the alley, this, that, and the third, like, she's like, no, all this other stuff, and I'm just like, but he really wants to meet me in the alley, like, y'all, I was really, but it just couldn't happen, because we ended up going, when we went back to the house, they was all sleeping in Tatiana's room, I was sleeping in my own room, and I was really debating on going, and it seemed like it just felt that way, like she just knew, but like her friend Dominique was on the phone, and my sister have a son, so her baby was sleeping in the room too, so she ended up coming back there to come like in my room to get on the phone. So I'm like, fuck, I couldn't sneak out the house, because I don't think she really gave a fuck, but she probably would have been like, oh, your sister had left. So I was just like, I'm going to just stay home. And he was hot. He was so mad. When I tell y'all, the way he was hitting my phone up, like, so you really just not going to come? And I'm like, well, could we just talk on the phone? Like, my sister said I'm too drunk to drive. And he's like, oh, okay, but any other time. So, oh, okay, so you can't come talk to me. And I'm just like, my sisters, we up talking, like, I was just making up any line. He was so mad. He really wanted me in that alley, y'all, and I'm just happy I didn't go. Like, honestly, I'm happy I wasn't with my friends and went out that night and did that shit, and then he wants to talk to me, because I would have went if I was with my homegirls, like, because I would have dropped everybody off at home like I usually do. People didn't really come spend a night like some people would, but like, I would have dropped everybody off home, and then I probably went to the alley, and it probably wouldn't have went good, because y'all, when I went to talk to him in the daytime in the alley, he was cleaning that thing in front of me, and I'm just like, what is it? Why are you talking to me with the thing out? You cleaning? Like, I don't understand what's going on. So I'm happy, you know, everything happened for a reason. But anyway, so yeah, we go. Y'all, I feel like I missed the part. So at some point, my sister and Dominique had met some boys when they was walking on the host trail. Y'all, that sounds crazy. But anyway, they walked to go get some food or whatever. And at this point, I think they walked because I was fed up with them. Oh, yeah, okay, I didn't get there yet. Okay, my bad. So, yeah. The next day come or whatever, and they was like they went to go audition or whatever that day. So we had already had it set in mind that they was going to go. So it's the daytime, and we about to go get something to eat. So Tatiana was like, ooh, let's go to this one burger stand over here and get something to eat. So I'm like, all right, cool, y'all want burgers? Like, we like, okay, so we going to get some. So we go to the store. We go over there, but when we was over there, we stopped at the Superior. And because Dominique wanted to get like little shot glasses. I mean, not shot glasses. She wanted to get like little personal bottles, because she like they gonna be dancing. She want to be drinking and stuff like that, which is understandable. So we stopped at the grocery store first, and we had got that. And then we had went and got the food. So y'all, this was my first car. Like, y'all, my first car. I had bought my car, and I was just super excited. I didn't have my car for a year. You know, when you first get your first year, you want to just make sure it's cool and clean. Like, you want to just be up to par with it, right? So when we got our food, I'm like, y'all, make sure y'all don't spill nothing. Like, I'm saying it to everybody, y'all. Mind y'all, I know what everybody got, because I'm the driver. I'm taking the orders or whatever at the drive-thru. So we got our food, we got the little shot thingy or whatever. Did we get the shot thing first and then get the food, or we did it opposite? No, we got the drink first and then got the food, right? So we on the way back to the house, we talking, laugh or whatever. They eating their food, I'm like eating my fries or whatever. We go back in the house and we chilling, we eating or whatever. So when we in the house, my homegirl ended up calling me, and she was like, girl, my boyfriend, y'all, which I got story times about that. She was like, her boyfriend got a hookup on gas right now. She was like, he at this gas station, such and such. She was like, go pull up. He said he got you for free, y'all, because it was like a few days ago, I had took her boyfriend, like, man, we was all over the city driving this mother all around, and I was doing it for free, because he was supposed to be getting some money, and I did it for free, and he wasn't even gonna give me nothing in return. I just did it for free for him. Didn't charge him gas, nothing. So he was like, okay, tell her I got her, like, I got the hookup on gas right now, so I'm gonna fill her tank up, like, tell her to pull up. So she called me and she tell me, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm about to come. So I ended up going in the room with them, like to them, because I was in the living room, because y'all, I be needing my alone time. So I went in the room with them, and I'm like, I'm about to go real quick. I'm about to go do something. I'm about to go fill my car up. So they're like, all right, y'all. I go to my car, in my motherfucking back seat, it was dirty. It was the food wrapper, the burger wrapper. It was like a little bit of fries. It was crumbs. The crumbs is understandable because they was eating or whatever. Fries on the seat. Y'all, when I moved the little wrapper for the burger back, it was spilled juice and it was red. So I just was so mad. And at this point, I wasn't really thinking about it too much about who it was, which it was clear that it was Dominique, because I took the orders and Tatiana was sitting in the backseat with her, and she had got a Sprite and Dominique had got fruit punch. So it was clearly hers. So it made sense that everything was hers, because the way they placed that paper on top of the spilled drink, it's like they did it so that whoever couldn't see it. But it's like, bitch, what the fuck make you think I'm gonna get in my car and see trash and just be like, oh, that's cool? Like, what, you thought I was gonna say something and then you was gonna be able to hide it when you, I don't know. I was so irritated. So I walked back in the house and I was like, you bitches is dirty as fuck. And they was like, what, Jay? Like, what are you talking about? And Tati was like, what are you talking about? Dominique didn't say nothing. I was like, you bitches dirty as fuck. I'm like, y'all just left my fucking car all dirty and shit. I'm like, I just got my car, and y'all, I'm probably getting like emotional because y'all, I already know, us Scorpios emotional as hell. I'm just really like mad and I'm just talking shit. So Jay like, oh, what did you talking about? Let me go see. And I'm like, and y'all spilled something all over my seats. And y'all, my seats was gray and it's the cloth seats. So I'm like, and that's hard to get out. Like, they went to go, so Jay went to go look, and she was like, oh, hell no, this is trifling as fuck. No, like, you already know I didn't do it. Like, you know, and I'm like, I don't care. Like, that shit is fucked up. And I was just so mad. I was so mad. So she was like, I'm about to clean it up for you. And I was like, yeah, somebody is, because I'm not cleaning it up. So she was like, I'm going to clean it up for you. So, and I'm mad that I even was going off on her, because it clearly wasn't her, because she was in the front seat. So I go back in the living room, y'all, and I'm on the phone with my mom, just talking shit. So she in my backseat, she like trying to scrub it, like scrub the stuff out the seats or whatever. And when she came in the house, she heard me over say to my mom, because I was like, these bitches is so fucking dirty. And she said it. So Jay was like, was I in the backseat? And I was like, no. And she was like, okay, then it wasn't me. And I was just like, okay, but still, like, I was just so mad. And it's so funny, y'all, because when me and her used to argue, it used to be either one of us is turned up and the other is calm, vice versa. I swear it would never fail. Most of the time it would be me be the calm. I ain't even gonna lie. Not even like that, but like, it's just the way our personalities is. But we know, like, I don't know. But anyway, we wasn't arguing or nothing like that. But I just was like, okay, she is right. And that's when I started thinking about it. I'm like, oh, it was Dominique, because Dominique had the Sprite, because she was all like, no, she had the fruit punch, because that's when Jay was like, yeah, and I had got a Sprite, and all of a sudden it made me think like, oh, so it was Dominique. So I was like, well, your friend is dirty, like, you know. And she's like, I cleaned up for you as best as I can, like, I'm about to go try to get some more out. So at this point I was irritated, and I just hopped in my car and left. So I called my homegirl, and I'm like, girl, so where's, my bad, I took forever, like, where's he at? Like, he stopped at the gas station. So she was like, I'm like, I'm about to come pick you up so we could go. So she like, oh, like, Dan, you took too long, I'm about to go to my appointment. She was gonna go do something, I guess. So she like, you could go meet him here at this gas station now. I'm about to tell him you about to come. So I'm like, all right, she's like, I'm gonna call you right back. I'm gonna call him and make sure, and I'm gonna call you back. So I'm like, all right, cool. So she don't call me back. She like, yeah, he said it's cool, pull up. I pull up to the gas station, y'all. This irritated me too, y'all. I pull up to the gas station. I see her man's right there. He filling up everybody. Mainly, it's like, at this point, just a whole bunch of females, different females or whatever. So he was selling it for like half off, but I was supposed to get filled up for free, mind y'all, because I took him all around the world a few days ago. So I go over there to him, and I'm like, oh, what's up, big head? Like, maybe I should name him Big Head, because I got story times about him. I don't know, that ain't gonna be his name, but his head was big. So I'm like, oh, what's up? So he like, oh, what's up? What's up? She sent you. I'm like, yeah, she wasn't able to come because she gotta go do something. I took forever. So he like, what was you doing? So I'm just like, oh, I just got company, and I just realized I was finna start talking too much. So I just have a lot going on. Like, you know, I was just busy. So he like, all right, okay, let me fill them up, and I got you. Like, come to this pump next. Like, I'm gonna tell them you coming next. So I'm like, all right. So I'm sitting in my car. He filled them up. I end up pulling up to the pump. So I get out. So he was like, Symone. And I'm like, what? Like, you about to fill me up? Like, I'm like, you could put 87. You know, I'm not really tripping. So he like, nah, it's not that. So he like, I'll fill you up for free, but I'm going to have to see you later tonight. So I'm like, what is you talking about? Like, he was like, yeah, I'll fill your tank up for free. He was like, but you're going to have to pull up on me later tonight. So I was like, you need a ride or something? Like, you know, I'm thinking like he need a ride, because like I said, like, this is my homegirl boyfriend, and I would give him rides, but she would be in the car. So he like, nah, I don't need no ride. Like, I'm trying to kick it with you. Like, I'm trying to see you. I was like, let a nigga put some gas in your car and we could kick it. Like, we could hang out. So I was like, nah, I'm cool. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you know, I'm like, you fuck with my homegirl. Like, I'm hot at this point. I'm so irritated. I'm already irritated about them dirty assholes leaving my car dirty. And then I'm just irritated because I'm just like, bro, you're weird. Like, the homegirl not here, and now you being weird. Mind you, never used to ever try to, like, flirt, nothing like that. So, y'all, after that, I gotta get into the story times about him because he turned into some shit. And then some shit really happened. But anyway, well, it's gonna beat his ass. But anyways, y'all. So I'm just like, yeah, like, you're weird as fuck. I'm like, nah. I'm like, you said you was gonna fill me up for free because I gave you a ride the other day. He's like, yeah, no, that's not an issue. It's not an issue. You already see I'm the plug. You see everybody waiting for me to fill them up. I got you, but you gonna need to pull up on me later. Like, I'm gonna need to kick it with you or whatever. Y'all, so mind y'all, I'm just so annoyed. He was like, yeah, do you want the gas tonight? So I'm like, I'll just pay what everybody else paying the half. Like, it's not that fucking serious. Like, it's not that deep to me. He's like, dang, you gonna pay for some gas but you can get it for free? And I was just like, you're weird. Like, you weird as fuck. I'm like, I should call her right now. He's like, man, she's not gonna believe nothing you saying, but like, you might as well if you want the gas for free. So I'm like, nah, it's cool. It's cool. Like, you know, I'm like, it's cool. And I was so mad, y'all. Did I get the gas? Yeah, I did, but not for free. I didn't get it for free. I paid the half off price because I still wanted that gas. And at that point, I was like, ooh, let me not, you know, I could kind of hold off on my grandparents' gas card because that was I get free gas. I was getting free gas regardless. But anyway, sometimes, not all the time. I wasn't abusing the gas card, y'all, sometimes. But anyway, so I paid the half off price and I was so irritated. And I was like, you know what? I tried to call the homegirl and tell her, but like, she wasn't answering because she was at an appointment. But I ended up telling her though, yeah, like I said, it was a lot with him. But anyway, so I ended up going back home. When I had went back home, because I was gone for like a cool minute, they had walked either to the beauty supply or to get something to eat. I don't remember because we already ate, but they did smoke, so they could have went and got some more food. I don't know where they walked to or for what reason, but they ended up walking on the hostro and they ended up meeting some guys or whatever, right? So they wanted to hang out with the guys, and I'm like, all right, I'll take them. At this point, I'm more cooled down, you know, because it's like I was mad at y'all, but now I'm mad at the homegirl boyfriend, so I'm kind of cool. But yeah, you guys are still on my bad side. So I'm like, yeah, I'll take y'all whatever, whenever y'all want to go. So at this point, we end up, it's later on that night, they went to do the strip club thing. That didn't work out. And then, yeah, they wanted to go kick it with the guys. So we end up taking them to go kick it with the guys or whatever. Me and my sister tried to stay in the car because it was just them two. That boys said they was going to bring extra people for us, but they didn't. And we pulled up in a parking lot, which should have been a red flag. It was their idea to pull up in the parking lot. That was nowhere near where I lived or where they claimed to live. So anyway, they talking to them or whatever. We ended up leaving. So when we was leaving, the girl Dominique, she's hot. Like, she was so annoyed because she wanted to stay there or whatever. So my sister, I guess she just didn't feel comfortable or whatever, or she just was ready to go. I don't know, because they was trying to get them to leave with them. Like, they was trying to tell them, like, oh, y'all could leave. Like, you could send them two away, like me and Tatiana away, because we didn't have nobody, whatever. But they was trying to, like, have them go with them somewhere. Like, I don't know, but my sister, I guess, wasn't feeling it or whatever. So I'm like, oh, I know somebody's house we could go to, y'all. So I hit up, remember my story time I did on the boy I met when I was in college, Deshaun? So yeah, so I ended up hitting up Deshaun. I was like, oh, what you doing tonight? Like, you know, I'm with my sisters and da-da-da-da. So he's like, all right, pull up. I'm going to call my boys. Like, I'm going to call my cousins to pull up or whatever. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm telling him, like, yeah, we go to Deshaun house. He real cool. Like, I met him at school. He cool as hell. He got his own place or whatever like that. So they're like, all right, cool. So we pull up to Deshaun house. So we pull up to Deshaun house or whatever. We go up in there. So he was like, he calling his cousins or whatever. So by that time, his cousins wasn't there. They were supposed to get there before us, but they didn't. They was on the way. I forgot where they was coming from. Who knows? Don't care. So we in the house, and he was all like, he about to go to the store. He's like, do y'all smoke? He need to get some more, whatever the hell he was rolling up in at that time. So he's like, he needed to get some more of that, like something to roll up in. So he's like, y'all want to come to the gas station? So we like, oh, it's cool. I'm not tripping. Like, you know, mind y'all, Deshaun left me at his house alone before. So I'm like, it's cool, like, you could go. So he was like, nah, y'all come with me. Y'all, he did not want to leave us in his house alone. So he like, nah, y'all come with me. It's cool. Like, y'all come on. Y'all might want something to drink or something like that. So I'm like, okay. Like, he like, nah, y'all. Like, he was really like, y'all, get the fuck out of my house. Come on. Mind you, I don't know why he was doing that, because his brother was there asleep in his room. Not in Deshaun's room, but in his own room, because him and his brother lived in the same house together. So anyway, we ended up going to the gas station, y'all. We go to the gas station, and Deshaun's driving crazy. Like, he's driving fast. He doing the most. I don't know if he was doing this because they was in the car, but he was doing the most. Remember I told y'all 1 minute Deshaun be like a real college student, like very, you know, he just proper, and then next minute he's a gangbanger. Like, yeah, so he's on and off, y'all, on and off. But when we got in that car, he turned to the gangbanger part. So he driving crazy and stuff. My sister like, slow down, like I don't play that. And I'm just in the front seat like, wee! Like, y'all, I'm just happy as hell, but I don't play that shit either. But I don't know why it was that night. I think I had drunk already at that point. I don't know. But anyway, so we go to the gas station. He got out the car. When he got out the car, my sister's like, oh, she about to go get something too. So she get out the car too. So Jay get out the car. So it's just me, Tatiana, and Dominique in the car. So Dominique telling us, she was like, yeah. So mind y'all, Dominique was supposed to leave that next day. Dominique is telling us like, oh, remember the guy that I met that we seen or whatever? So I'm like, yeah. She like, yeah, you ain't gotta give me a ride to the airport. He's gonna give me a ride to the airport. She was like, he want me to come to his house. He want me to cook for him. He told me he got this house that, I mean, this like condo to look over the city. So I'm like, he live downtown or something? So she like, no, but he said he lived somewhere, like he live in Hollywood and look over the city. And y'all, I don't know why at this point, I'm just thinking I know where everything is. So I'm like, that don't even sound right. Like, you know, I'm like, I don't know. I think he lying. So she like, no, he live here. She was like, mind you, she just met this man. She believe in everything he done tell her. So she like, yeah, he gonna pick me up. So I'm like, okay, what time he gonna pick you up? Because then we could go back to the house, because I'm not about to have him pull up to Deshaun's house, because you know what I look like having somebody that you just met pull up here. Mind y'all, like when I started knowing Deshaun more, him and his brother was doing a lot of things. It's like, yeah, I ain't about to be that person that has somebody pull up to somebody's house when I don't even know this dude. Like, you know, no. So she was like, oh yeah, he gonna come around. Let's just say like 10 like or 11, let's say something like that, because she had to leave really early. And mind y'all, when I first bought my car at 18, that's when I started driving. I wasn't one of them kids that was privileged enough to be driving in high school. I started driving when I bought my car. That's when I taught myself how to drive, when I bought myself a car. So I really didn't, I knew how to drive, but like to the familiar places, and that would be like around LA. Like I didn't really be late night driving too crazy. Like where I hung out at was not too far from my house, and all my friends lived on the way home. Like they literally lived on the way, and like one of my friends lived on the same street as my cousin, which was not far from my house. Like everywhere I would drive to would kind of be in its own little area. So it's like, I'm like, okay, so when she said that, I'm like, cool, I could drink because I don't gotta drive too far to take her ass to the airport. So I'm like, cool. So I'm like, you sure? I'm like, because if so, then I'm going to start drinking. Because if not, I don't want to drink. Because I don't really drive, like, over there. Like, you know? So she like, yeah, it's cool, whatever. Like, he going to take me, he going to pick me up. He going to do this. He said he going to take me shopping before we go to the airport. She's just saying all this stuff. So I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. So my sister get back in the car, Deshaun get back in the car, we end up going back to the house or whatever. So finally his cousins get there, we all sitting on the couch, and y'all, she had mentioned it how he had asked us, he was like, let me put y'all purses in the room. And y'all, like, he only said that because, y'all, my thing is I was too trustworthy than everybody, but he wasn't a bad person or nothing like that. Like, them niggas have more money than all of us. But anyway, he only did that because he was trying to make us feel comfortable, because we was on the couches with like the purses, and it wasn't like the biggest couch, you know. So like that was that. But that was funny. I just had to mention that because it was funny when she mentioned that, because she was like, no, I'm good, I'll keep my purse right here. And I'm like, girl, it's cool, like, you know, it's cool. And she like, I'm good. And then my sister Tatiana was just high laughing, like, why we gotta give you our purses? Like, she'd really just be high laughing at some shit, and then it's like Jay, Ebony, whatever, she'd just be like turning up, and that shit would be so funny. But anyway, so we chilling, they talking to his cousins and stuff like that, like they talking to them, like they digging them or whatever, they cool or whatever. It was like a boy for everybody there, like Deshaun, but everybody wasn't like on no Buddha stuff. But like my sisters, both of them, they was like vibing with the cousins and laughing and shit with them. So Dominique comes sit right next to me, and she was just like, girl, I cannot wait. He told me we could go shopping. Like, she just telling me, she keep telling me about this man. So I'm like, okay, picking her up. So I asked her again, are you sure? She's like, yeah, I'm sure. So I'm like, okay, so like 11, you want to go back to the house, like, you know. I'm like, how far is he coming from? Like, what time is he gonna leave? Because I'm like, we not that far from my house, so we don't have to leave until like a certain time until he's leaving, like, you know. And I'm like, and you could give him this address, like not this address, but like an address on the street, because I don't want to give him the exact address or whatever, because why would I give him my exact address? I don't know this man. So she like, yeah, no, it's cool, like, yeah, I'm gonna hit him and ask him when he leaving or whatever, right? So at this point, Deshaun was like, y'all hungry? Because mind y'all, they smoking back to back. They just smoking. So he's like, y'all hungry? I got some chicken. Y'all want to cook? Like, y'all, who know how to cook? So he like, Symone, you know how to cook? Y'all, this is before I was cooking, right? Right now, I'm actually cooking some chicken. But this before I actually knew how to cook, and I was not cooking like that. Only thing I would cook, man, I used to make the fuck out of some tacos for a nigga. Yeah, not even Alfredo. You know, that'd be like the go-to too. Nah, I was just tacos and up. You want some tacos? Yeah. So anyway, I know how to cook like that. So it was like chicken, Nope. So I sat there. So I was like, Jay cook, my sister, because Jay, she the one. She the one that's gonna cook. Every time she used to come out there, we'd be like, oh, she finna come. We finna have her cook this. I swear that's how it would be. We finna have her make treats because she make bomb. She know how to bake bomb as fuck. She gonna make a whole damn cake. She gonna make some food. She gonna do this. So every time she would come, it would be like, you cooking. Like, you know, always be her. So I was like, Jay know how to cook. And she didn't mind. So she like, oh yeah, I know how to cook. Like, I'll make some chicken or whatever, right? So he like, all right, we're gonna make some chicken. And y'all, they was just already getting, like, they was insulting the fuck out of Deshaun. Like, okay, don't get the hood part fooled, because Deshaun is actually, he's two different people, y'all. So they like something, they start to like laugh and talking about he ain't got olive oil in his house, y'all. He put us on olive oil, like put them on hush mode. But anyway, so Jay was like, she was gonna cook it. So next thing you know, Dominique got up and she ended up going in the kitchen and she starts seasoning the chicken. Mind you, Jay was supposed to cook it, but they was gonna finish the blunt or something like that. It was something she was doing to where she didn't get up. So Dominique start seasoning the chicken. We don't know what she doing up in there. I didn't know she was seasoning the chicken. I guess they probably didn't know either. Next thing you know, she like, Jay, I finished seasoning the chicken. You could come fry it now. So Jay like, I'm not about to fry. Like, I'm not frying the chicken if you already seasoned it. Like, I don't cook over other people's work or some shit she was saying. So I'm sitting there like, I feel she about to turn up, but like not in a bad way or nothing like that. So she's like, girl, just cook the chicken. Like, what's the problem? Like, she's like, you could cook the show. She like, So Dominique turning up on her like, what's the problem? I don't see what the problem is. Da 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 da. And she like, I don't cook over other people's work. They getting into it over some damn chicken. I'm like, they just gonna embarrass me. Even though Deshaun, he liked that too. But at this point, he was being different. He wasn't his hood side too much no more. He was looking, he was like, oh, well, it's okay, ladies. Like, it's okay. So he get into it over the chicken, over who gonna fry the chicken. So at this point, so Dominique was like, well, I don't want to fry the chicken. I'm not frying the chicken. And she's like, well, I'm not frying the chicken either. So I'm like, y'all just gonna waste his chicken? Y'all, I was so mad. Dude was like, y'all gonna waste his chicken? So Dominique kind of like said something like, well, if that's the case, then she never said she shouldn't have said she was gonna cook the chicken and da 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 da. But she kind of getting at me, and I'm just like, oh no, like, it's too much. So I'm like, yeah, so what time was oh boy supposed to be picking you up? Because I think it's time for us to leave anyway. Like, at this point I was irritated because it's like, y'all done wasted this man Gus chicken, and now y'all arguing in the house over the damn chicken that y'all wasted. At the end of the day, his chicken is wasted. So he's like, it's okay, like, it's all right, it's okay. Like, and I'm like, nah, it's like, we might as well leave. So Dominique was kind of like turning up on me and my sister. My sister was kind of like irritated because she like going back with her kind of, but not really, because it's like, you know, I'm not about to do this in front of the niggas. Like, we could turn up somewhere else, but it's like, you doing the most in front of these dudes, whatever. So I'm just so annoyed because she was kind of like, yeah, okay, whatever, like, yeah, my nigga about to something. No, she didn't even say the nigga. Like, mind you, when I had asked her, like, if the guy was coming, she kind of completely ignored what I said and just was like, yeah, I guess I'm ready to go. Like, you know, basically said that. So I'm like, all right, whatever, like, come on, like, yeah, let's leave. So Deshaun, he like, y'all don't gotta leave. So I'm like, no, it's cool. So then my sister was like, so Jay like, yeah, you gotta get ready to take her to the airport anyway. So I'm like, no, I don't. Y'all, this is when things start getting confused, because she like, we gotta get ready to take her to the airport anyway. She's like, Symone, like, are you good to drive? And I was like, no, and I'm not taking her to the airport. So Jay like, what do you mean you're not taking her to the airport? I'm like, I'm not taking her to the airport. So she like, what are you talking about? Like, so she kind of getting annoyed because it's like, wait, what? Like, because in her eyes, she not knowing, because I did not know that this whole time Dominique was never telling Jay that she was finna have this man pick her up. She was really just telling us. She never told her this, so she did not know this. So, and Jay, she probably thinking like, why is my sister being a weirdo? She probably thinking I'm being weird because y'all wasted Deshaun's chicken, and that I'm not trying to take her to the airport because y'all you know, like, if I'm being weird, like, in her eyes, it probably seemed that way. So she like, what are you talking about? Like, you're not taking her? I'm like, I'm not taking her. Like, you know, I'm not. Like, you know, I'm not taking her. So I'm like, all right, come on, let's go. Like, you know. So we get in the car. No, before we go in the car, we walking downstairs. Deshaun walking us downstairs. So he like, I'll take her to the airport. I'm like, no, you're not. Like, I'm like, you're not taking her either. So he like, it's no big deal. Like, I could take her. I'm like, no. So then my sister was just like, I'm just ready for her to go. Like, I'm irritated. Like, I'm just irritated. Like, let's go. I'm like, yeah, we about to go back to the house, but I'm not taking her to the airport. So Deshaun like, you sure I could take her? I'm like, I'm not taking her to the airport. Like, I'm not taking her nowhere. And I don't know, like, it was the alcohol that was kicking in, but I don't know why I never said she got a ride. Like, it was I just kept saying, like, I'm not taking her, because I was not taking her. She told me I wasn't taking her. So then she get in the car and she just like irritated. The car ride home was like so awkward, because it would be like silence, then a kind of little talking shit of all of us, then it'd be like silent. So we get back to the house, and Jay like, so you not taking her? I'm like, no. I'm not taking her. I'm like, she said that she had a ride. So she like, who's her ride? So then that's when they kind of got, and I'm like, yeah, she said that guy was coming. And she's like, well, he's not answering the phone. Like, he's not answering. I'm like, well, I don't know what to tell you. Like, that's not my problem because, again, do I have my license at this time? You know what? Because I had bought a car and I didn't have a license. I ended up teaching myself how to drive. Failed the driver's test how many times? Once. And then eventually got the license. Did I have a license? You know what? I don't know if I even had a license at this point. I really don't even remember if I had the license or not. But either way go, I wasn't taking her. So I'm like, no, mind y'all, I'm drunk as hell. I'm 18 years old. If I get pulled over, I am underage drinking. I just got this car. I'm not finna just throw all the way now. Like, no. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not taking her or whatever. Like, you know, she said this. And she's like, oh, well, he's not answering the phone. Like, basically, like, oh, I need to sober up and take her. And I'm like, no, I'm not taking you because you should never kept saying. I kept asking this girl if she was sure. She's like, yeah, she was talking. And he stopped answering the phone for her. That's not my fault. That's not my problem. That's on you because you should never said that. I would never started drinking like that. Y'all let me know if I'm wrong. If y'all would have sobered up and took her, but I did not take her. I stood on my word. I wasn't taking her. And plus, you was already irritating me and you trying to talk to me crazy at my people's house because you wasting their damn food. You talking crazy. Like, I didn't go deep into the whole little conversation, but it's like you trying to talk to me crazy. And y'all, I was really just calm as hell when we was talking. Like, I'm just like, okay. And like, you know, because at the end of the day, I'm thinking to myself like, ooh, and this bitch gonna need me. And you did. And I didn't give her a ride. So, she had to call somebody to give her a ride. My sister had paid the person to give her a ride because I didn't give a fuck. I'm not taking her nowhere. So they ended up taking her, y'all. I swear, it was like after she left, the whole energy was just like, it was just different. Like, y'all, it's so much I didn't like get into deep details about because I just didn't. But y'all can watch my sister's story. But it's a lot I didn't get into deep details about. But y'all, when I tell y'all, that's getting on my nerves. I swear, I took it out on all of them. I swear, every single one of them, because I was like, okay, I'm irritated with my sister because it's like, not only did she bring her, but like she was kind of trying to be like the peacemaker. Not the peacemaker, but it's like she was kind of like, she didn't want her friend to feel uncomfortable because it was times where me and Tatiana both be talking shit like about certain shit because she would do weird shit. It was just so much weird shit she kept doing, like disrespectful stuff. So it was like, we kind of like, it was at one point where she was on the phone loud as hell, screaming loud, and it was late as fuck, and my grandma had came in there and was like, oh, can you guys be quiet? And she didn't. Like, she just kept doing it. So it was a lot of times where me and Tatiana would be talking shit. So it's like, Jay, I was gonna say Ebony, it's so hard to call her that. And even when I call her that to her, she's like, girls, don't call me Jay. It's so weird for you to call me that, even though that's the girl name. But anyway, so Ebony, she like was kind of like, you know, trying to like defend her friend, but it's like, I know she was frustrated because it's like her friend is doing fuck ass shit. So it's like, damn, I'm trying to defend you so you don't feel uncomfortable. Like, I would hope she wouldn't think we double team her, but it's like you was doing weird shit. Like, you doing disrespectful shit. You doing shit to where it's like, it's coming back on us. Like, they're complaining to us. Like, my grandpa's like, okay, how long are they finna be here? What is like, it's stuff that's coming back on us, so it's irritating. Like, after she left, after old girl left, everything was just cool. Everything was like peaches and cream, because my sister ended up staying for like a little while after that, and she mentioned the rest in her story. Like, she gonna do a part 2, but she mentioned like she ended up going to go dance and all this other stuff. Like, yeah. But anyway, yeah, so make sure y'all watch her story because it's parts that she told that I did not speak on because it's like I don't want to be sitting here telling the same story. And then plus it was like stuff that really wasn't like my parts to tell because it wasn't like I was really too much involved. But yeah, that's it for this story. I don't know how long it is because y'all might get rid of me. But yeah, that's it for this story. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you guys so much for rocking with me, y'all. If y'all know me, if y'all follow me on Twitter, y'all see life been life and your girl been going through it, as well as being on vacation. So that's a plus, you know, that's like a blessing. I've been on vacation, I braid my own hair, but y'all, stuff is just going on in my life to where it's like, oh my god. That's why I haven't really been recording like that. But I'm going on vacation again this weekend, so I'm gonna try to record a lot for y'all before I go. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I love you guys so much, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my sister's story time. Most definitely should probably comment, and y'all find her in the comment. But yeah, I'll see y'all in my next video.